Okay, it's time to talk about estimates. Relative estimates and absolute estimates. What are relative estimates? Well, relative estimates are relative. What does that mean? So think about it. If you look at a sticky note and a cup, it's going to be very easy for me to ask you to say which one of these is heavier. You're going to get it right away. But if I ask you, how many grams is this cup? How much does it weigh? An absolute estimate? You're going to suck at it. That's just who we are. As human beings, we're much better at comparisons than absolute dead reckoning. So for human beings, we're better at relative estimates. And there's this whole thing called relative estimation that grew up and came out of the agile world, and it works really, really well. However, it needs to actually be relative estimation. And to do that, relative to what? Well, you keep a history of the work that you've done. You can create something like an estimation board. An estimation board is just a board on the wall where you have different sizes. A lot of times the Fibonacci series is used or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and so on and so forth. And every time you build something, you put it there and here's this story, printing a PDF, it was an 8, and this story of, showing a splash screen was a 1, and so on and so forth. And then you're coming and you want to estimate new stories. Well, what do? You look at it and you say, is this story bigger than the first one? Yeah. Is it smaller than the print? Yeah. How much bigger is it than the first, and so on and so forth? And you get to estimate by relating the size of the new piece of work to work that you've done before. And that's how we do relative estimation. Now, there are a couple of things, planning poker and affinity sizing, that can help you do that, but we're not going to cover them in this video. We can do so later, but that's the basic thing about relative estimation. And be careful. When doing relative estimation, a lot of us psych ourselves out and fool ourselves and think, a 1 is 2 hours. This is probably going to take me 10 hours, so this is a 10. Don't do that. Just take a look at them and try to say, is this bigger or smaller than? Triangulating the size of that unknown piece of work. Relative estimation, do it. It's great. It's a hell of a lot better than absolute estimation.